Next up, we're hitting Singapore Poly School of Business to find out more about their recent trip up to the States to visit some notable companies including Apple, Odesk and Universal Studios.
Okay, I'm here with Randy Ng. He's going to tell us a bit about himself. Okay, go Randy.
Hi, I'm Randy. I'm a lecturer at the Singapore Polytechnic School of Business. I've been lecturing for 4 years.
So this whole overseas kind of trips, they were organized like 3 years ago, right?
Yes, we first started 3 years ago.
Okay, so how did it conceptualize and what was the end goal when you guys started it?
One of the objectives is actually to give exposure to students to innovation, entrepreneurship in the Silicon Valley, which is the technology hub.
Has it always been in America?
The trip that we organized, yes, it has been specifically at the Silicon Valley, because in the business school we have got a business IT students. So that's where we thought Silicon Valley would be an appropriate place for them to be. Yeah.
So this is the third year since it's gone on, right? Yes. What's the feedback so far?
The feedback has been very good. In fact, most of the time the students really enjoyed themselves. And words get passed around. There are a lot of word of mouth feedback from previous students, and that's how it has been very popular and well received.
So all this has been quite a. I mean, like, how far do you foresee this to go? Like now it's 30 students for 10 days, right? In next 5 years, where do you think it will be? 100 students, 1 year?
Well, we might not increase in terms of the numbers. Yeah, we'll probably stay at around 30, which is a manageable students. But maybe perhaps what we'll do further on is to try and arrange with some companies, perhaps, for them, maybe after the trip, to have some kind of a short-term attachment over in some of these companies in the Silicon Valley. Okay,
I'm here with Joycelyn Au. She also went for the trip up to Silicon Valley.
My name is Joycelyn Au. I'm studying in Singapore Poly, School of Business, Diploma in Business Admin. I specialize in human resource.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was the trip in general?
Exciting. And I learned a lot of things also. New experience.
New experience. Where's the furthest you've been prior to this?
China.
Oh, China?
Yeah. I went there for my internship. Yeah, it was also another experience so that I can feel the difference between China and States.
Okay, so what aspects of human resource did you actually, discover while you were on this trip?
One of the company, Odesk, they actually able to make the human resource, the process online, where I didn't expect it to be that way, because it's like what we have learned, you always interview, you got to be face to face, you meet the person, and then you arrange that you match the job for them, and then you arrange the job for them.
Yeah.
But Odesk itself, they actually do it online, where you can do it actually worldwide, and they can actually apply job, as in they can actually do their interview online, and it's through different country, can Singapore to maybe India.
So are you inspired by any of the visits? I mean, what's the difference between China and the States? Because these are both opportunities that you managed to get through via Singapore Poly, right? So what's the difference to you as a young emerging professional?
The culture probably. Because the temperature was still okay, the weather is still okay. Because both sides, when I went, it was quite cold, not really very hot. But the culture between states are more open. Yeah, China maybe is a bit close up, but better now. When I go there, and I spent much of my time in Shanghai, where Shanghai is very much like Singapore, I feel.
It's very much like Singapore?
Yeah, I feel, because they are quite developed. But US is, actually, I expect US to be much more developed before I go there. But when I go there, when I see, it's still not much as I expected.
Okay, so if I give you a choice, China, Singapore, or America, where would you want to work?
Work?
Yeah.
China.
China, for real?
Maybe Shanghai only.
When you came back to Singapore and you sort of immersed yourself back in Singapore culture, do you see any changes in the way you look at things?
Probably to aim to go into what all this have done. To see, actually, it really made me believe it can be bring online. Where actually last time, I don't think that HR could actually bring the whole thing online. But now I think that it's possible, and in Singapore there must be one day that there will something come out with it.
Okay, I'm here with one of the students that were in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Ashika. I'm a third year student in Singapore Poly. I'm currently doing business administration, specializing in entrepreneurship.
How did you hear about the trip?
I think there was intensive publicity, promotion, all the promotional posters around the school. So, and a lot of my friends were talking about it because the US currency was lower this year. There were much more interesting things for the US trip this year as compared to the previous years. It's like new company. So I probably got interested from what my friends were saying, as well as the poster.
So tell me the highlights of the trip when you were there.
Of the US trip, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the Nepal trip. Nepal trip, you remember?
No, I don't
Okay,
remember.
so then the US trip.
Okay, I guess what I learned most from there is from the entrepreneurs themselves, like what they say is like it's alright to fail, which is very different thinking from what we have here in Singapore. It's a rather conservative thinking, like you only have one try, you cannot fail, you cannot afford to fail, you cannot be a failure in life.
Yeah.
Whereas in US, it's alright to fail, it's alright to try again. New ideas are always encouraged. People won't laugh at your ideas. Yeah.
Okay, Ashika, now that you're back in Singapore, what has your lifestyle changed in any ways?
I guess so. I've been like reading more on the States, as I guess I got an interest now into studying the States or to even live there and work there, as well as being more involved in the American culture, even more so than I was before. Watching more American TV, watching more their series, their drama series, and following up with their more of the elections, their post-elections as well. Yeah.
So you were telling me beforehand that you support
Obama.
Why?
He's cuter and he's for change. Yeah.
So how did it change your life then?
I guess I read a lot about Steve Jobs prior to the trip,
Yeah.
so I probably wanted to see how he actually looked, like how like he battled cancer and everything. So I was probably interested in like seeing him for myself.
Tell me a life-changing moment that you went through during this trip.
I think it would be a celebrity sighting. Yeah, Steve Jobs from Apple.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw him, but we couldn't take photos of him because he wasn't allowed in Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seeing him twice was good enough for me.
So tell me, who are the entrepreneurs you met there?
We met the CEO of Odesk. He was rather humorous, and I think what he said is he was re-emphasizing that it's alright to fail. So I think that was what that I took away most from the trip. Then we met other entrepreneurs, like the Plug and Play boss. They were incubation. There were a few Singaporeans over there.
Okay, so you got to get in touch with like Singaporeans who were working overseas.
Yeah.
And would you like think that Silicon Valley will be a place for you to work in the future?
Yes, I think most likely. And we also went to Stanford, went to NUS in the States. So I think I learned a lot from the overseas students as well. Yeah, I think I'll consider studying there as well.
Golden words to live by. Okay, that's all from me for now. I hope you guys had a good insight into the lives and times of students and lecturers who grabbed the opportunity to go overseas via Singapore Poly.